EG.
Sacred, he's completely oom.
It's true, he's at 1 charges as well. Nothing to sort of buff himself back up for the fight. Over to the side, stunned into the silence. The Ravage as well. They've caught out Picard. Will be able to get the BKB off. Is he able to fight with this? They'll
he's turning.
Use the Zeusol to try and enable him, get them low, but it's not enough for Picard to be able to completely commit in on this. Sacred charges in with the Rolling Thunder, holds them back. Another connection onto Arbet will finish off the Invoker. EG, they're starting to back off now. They've used their big team fight ultimates. They've just got the Requiem left. Will come out from the high ground, catching onto Matthew with the fear. But Fly goes down. Matthew, he's still alive. Finally gets taken out there. Arteezy with the last right click. But Thunder Awaken overall, without a doubt, they're going to be very, very happy with how that team fight went. Huge ultimate, these long cooldown ultimates used by EG, and it wasn't enough to allow EG to take the team fight.
They didn't have the SF there when they're focusing on the Picaz. He is that physical damage. This is a pretty tanky Bloodseeker. The Invoker with the Quaswex, it does not deal as much damage versus this.
Oh, we really saw it there.
You saw.
I mean, pretty much what the stuns, Fly setting up into the Ravage. They get him low, but as you said, getting him low at this stage is not good enough if the SF's not around. BKB from Picard, there's nothing else to really touch him.
No, and they barely got the mana too for Sacred, right? We were mentioning how he was I think he got bottled up from Mago, and then I think he got maybe like Arcane Boot from something else. So.
Yeah, he must have, because I would imagine as well, that's probably something EG were going into that fight having in mind. They were like,
exactly.
We caught the Pango with the EMP, he's not going to have mana to play, but as we saw there, Sacred coming in once again with a huge Rolling Thunder.
And that was also before the SF had the BKB, so he was being, Arteezy being a little bit more hesitant how much he does commit into the fights. Now also, so Thunder, after that, Sacred, he's pretty much going to have Blink Dagger, so, we were talking about a little bit of awkwardness perhaps for their initiations. Now, that's going to be pretty clean for Sacred in most situations. Abed starting to fall behind.
See around the power in. It's just going to be the regen down bottom. Nothing too explosive.
Longer for these cooldowns though. 30 seconds at least on the Ravage. Does feel like Thunder could perhaps go for something pretty soon if they want to. They don't really have any rush as we were mentioning though. Their draft, they're fine with scaling in this game. Especially with how well Picaz is having a time.
See the 3 of EG towards the top. Brit and Fly just making sure that Arteezy is kept safe at all costs here, just in case any sort of play was to be made towards him.
It's a little awkward to be able to go onto this Pango now too. If he sees the stun flying in from the span, he's just going to Lotus Reflect. Also, nice play there from Sacred, hiding his Blink in the trees, trying to make sure that EG is not aware of that one for the next fight.
They do try and make a move immediately off the back of this pickup, because as you say, it will be into these ultimates from EG. As we did see last time round, that proved to be something that Thunder Awaken didn't have to be too scared about at all. They can still come in with the outplay against the team fight ultimates as long as they're big cause. Picard doesn't get bursted, and Sacred at all costs is just able to get that Rolling Thunder up.
Look at this vision right now. Thunder has some beautiful vision down there, completely seeing all of EG's movements across the map.
Thinking about going for this hit. They're in. There's the ult to set things up, get the vision. Sacred ready to roll forward. Picard turns on Arteezy. The BKB's off as Picard is just able to stand his ground against Arteezy. They take him down. As off to the side, Nightfall in trouble as well. Avalanche setting up the Blood Right. As 2 dead on EG. EG, they've got to run.
They do get the Sunstrike at least for 1 kill to come back, but beautiful jump. The burst damage, you saw it. Arteezy BKBs, but he's already, what, 30% HP or less? BKB from Picaz, Rupture, gets right on top of him. We're seeing all that burst damage really being a big problem for EG.
Absolutely, and as you say, one of the sort of lackings of EG's lineup is just the potential to really bail the SF out of this trouble. If Picaz gets on top of Arteezy, BKB or not, it's not going to be a fun fight for Arteezy to stand in.
Now look at that. He's 30% HP immediately, and then his whole team is already having to bail. They can't actually get the
They can't do anything to help him at this stage.
Beautiful play, really, by Thunder. And we're going to see that a lot now. When they have the Zeus ult, when they have this Pango constantly, they see everybody when they Zeus ult, Pango gets those initiations, and that's the dream Blink reveal.
The last few team fights have been chosen very, very well here by Thunder Awaken, starting to build a bit of a lead here against EG.
Yeah, and EG, they're not really near any kind of these defensive items for Arteezy from the supports, right? They've gone for the Shard on the Sven, and then they've gone for just the Veil on the Silencer, so no Force Staffs, nothing like that to kind of protect him. So he's gonna have to stick around Nightfall for that lifesteal, for that pipe and everything. They have to play these team fights pretty clean now.
Still have the Ravage here.
See what they find.
Make a move with.
They do see Sacred. They do have that ward down.
Another up there in the triangle. Sacred mirroring the wave and playing it safe. Still going to try and look for the setup. Tornado won't catch. The Sacred with the shot. Able to dodge the EMP and slide out with the swashbuckle. Lotus as well. EG, they can't dive for this.
He even holds the Rolling Thunder. That's actually huge. A lot of times you'd see, you know, just a little bit of safe plays just to roll up and Rolling Thunder out, but they can actually go for perhaps taking a fight right after this.
Thunder Awaken keeping it very, very cool here. Picard's pretty much having his next start done. Manta.
Oh boy.
Should be ready for the next team fight.
And now he's got the Dream, right? That's the always true and tested items versus the Silencer. Oh, he's going to be able to prevent everything. Yeah, he's massive. And he just used the Zeus ult to scout, it looks like. Feeling very comfortable now, 3K lead. Just really loving the warding. It's one of the biggest things that I've been seeing, at least from Thunder Awakens this game. Just some clever wards, a little bit different ones, but it's been catching EG off guard.
I think at this stage, for Thunder, is there really any pressure on them to sort of make these moves, or are they just waiting for EG to come to them?
I think they can do kind of what I think they're feeling so comfortable with the map. The Zeus is having such free farm, almost as Ags. Like, these fights for RTZ, they're gonna be complicated. And look, he's actually going for some magic resistance himself on top too, going Mage Slayer, going into just a bit of a different type of build to survive this burst damage. But it's just gonna get bigger and bigger once the Zeus keeps getting these levels and finishes up his Ags, which is about to be done. Okay, so Matthew Blink Dagger's done it, but now also we see Nightfall, he's changed things up. Looks like EG's getting a bit annoyed of them not having any form of being able to start a fight. So now he's gone for the Blink rather than going for Wraith Pact.
I mean, in these fights, you know, EG, who's sort of your top priority in terms of who you want to be jumping and blowing up? Is it the Pango?
Any of the cores. I think if you can just explode one of the cores, you're probably off to a good start for this one. Zeus might, it's tough to say really. Zeus is still such a priority in a lot of situations, but you almost will never find him first.
No, sure. Yeah, Dark Margot, highly likely to be very solid with his positioning.
Okay, there's
only died the once this game.
Let's see, they're trying to catch him off guard, hiding the Blink Dagger from Nightfall.
What they're going to do, there we go. Nightfall immediately with the jump ravage to burst through the Zeus. They'll get him. Matthew tried to come over the toss back. Won't be able to save him in time. Now with the Rolling Thunder, Sacred attempting to turn this around, but RTZ's in with the BKB. He's beating into Picard. Picard has to back off for now. His own BKB starting to come to an end. Sacred rolls across Arbed, but no follow-up damage this time for Thunder Awaken to take anything in return as EG. Good seize of the opportunity there from Nightfall. They see that chance to jump, ravage one of the cores, get the Zeus.
I was going to say, they have to make something out of this, though. It's a nice kill, but they have to get something else. And into the Roche.
I think they'll get this very easily here.
Nice. Nicely done from them. And that time, this, you know, we were just mentioning, you usually don't get caught in the Zeus, but that was the Blink reveal. Didn't expect it whatsoever. And a beautiful play, really, from Abed. The Sunstrike to scout before that Blink Ravage comes out. Nicely done from EG.
We saw, you know, an admirable attempt there from Matthew, of course, trying to with his own Blink reveal to get the toss back, potentially save Dark Margot, but too much burst from EG. Aegis on RTZ. See what EG's going to be able to set up for next. They don't have a Ravage, but they do still have the safety of the Global to fight under.
Ooh.
Actually finding a little bit of an opening here. Matthew is around as well to help Sacred out. See the BKB's popped up. It's standing his ground. We'll see an attempt to charge down Fly, but the disarm's already there onto Picard. He has to back off himself. We drop the Rupture onto Arbed. BKB from comes to an end. Sacred's going to try and roll in and finish off this kill. A couple of bounces with the Thunder, blood right down. Picard finishes off Arbed. Turn the rotation now over towards Nightfall with the damage of Picard's Dark Margot and Sacred. It seems to be a lot. The Global Silence comes out. Backups here. RTZ and Fly have turned up as well. RTZ stepping forward very confidently here, of course, with the BKB and the Aegis. Turns towards Picard, standing his ground against the blitzing, but Picard tries to run, but RTZ able to take him down.
He keeps trying to go for the SF, but he's got Warcry on him. He's got like 40 armor on this Shadow Fiend every time the Picard runs in. And that's actually, Picard, his BKB just came up, he popped it, ran in, and died right afterwards. So now we're at that 6-second. EG finding their footing. And that was Thunder forcing the fight because they know, you know, Ravage on cooldown, they're trying to persist into something, and they do lose their big boy Picard.
I think they sort of just underestimated the ability for EG to bring in all the members. You know, RTZ able to test a step up. And of course, something that you won't hesitate to do so with this Aegis ready to go. Still 3 minutes of play on it.
Picard was really pushing the limits there too, right? He was sitting 10, 15% HP. BKB was 5 seconds cooldown, healing off creeps. Tries to reinitiate, but yeah, just can't really disregard how tanky the SF is from the Warcry.
So as well, that sort of initial struggle for Picard's having to deal with that long disarm. He gets caught by. Even though we're able to find Arbed, see from this part of the fight, Arteezy knows that there's action to be had. Able to walk over, join the rest of his team, and make sure that Thunder just weren't able to stick around in this triangle, couldn't make anything more.
Just look how risky, though, what Picard is doing there, right? Like, just really depending on all the damages.
Quick moves as well from EG. They've got the Ravage back up. They're immediately smoking up into the triangle of Thunder Awaken. Looks like Thunder Awaken are pretty aware. They're backing off.
They have the Wraith Pact now, too, so this team fight could be a lot more complicated. The burst and everything from Thunder is no longer nearly as effective. Versus Mage Slayer, versus Wraith Pact, versus Pipe. EG's got a lot of ways to just protect their cores now.
You can see here, Thunder, no intentions of stepping up into this triangle. They know that this area would be incredibly deadly with EG in position.
Aegis as well as all those ults being up. And also, Arteezy, they don't know this, but he's now hit level 20, so a big peak timing for the SF. Massive damage increase. And I think he also does have, he does actually have the full Bloodthorn as well.
This is, he hits hard.
Oh yeah.
And with these sort of decreasing durations of BKBs, as soon as that BKB comes to an end, they have to get out of the fight here. Picard in particular, he's used that BKB in Manta. They're able to catch him with any sort of stun, the amp up at the Bloodthorn. This Bloodseeker is going to get destroyed by the SF.
Yeah, now also you have to watch out for your Zeus, your Pango, etc. If the SF's able to get on them, he can actually just clear them out on his own very easy. Threatening with his Zeus ult. See the SF. Arteezy the only one really showing. Yeah, I think they did see the pipe aura actually on him though, so I think they did know that the rest of EG was in the area.
EG definitely still trying to see if they can make something happen with this last minute. The Aegis on Arteezy.
Yeah, they're kind of like controlling the map and constricting a little bit, right? Preventing this Bloodseeker from going for the triangle. So just making sure that they are restricting a bit of that farm. But Thunder's still not really like losing out on the farm much, right? Still lingering between that 1 to 2k gold lead. But EG wants the fight. Now they have a blink also on the Invoker, so for Abed, easier positioning for him. Either to buff up Arteezy or to get these disarms and control.
Do you think there's an opportunity for Thunder Awaken to try and look to force a fight, you know, in conjunction with the ending of this Aegis?
Knowing them, that's kind of their style. Yeah. So let's see if they want to try it. It's still very difficult because we mentioned there's a ton of damage mitigation that's coming out on EG.
They're very much ready to go. Matthew stepping up.
Let's see what they find.
Here's the jump. Matthew in with the Avalanche Toss combo. Bursting fly down low. Roll forward for Sacred. He's going to look to try and chase down the Sven. Flying Crit getting forced out of the fight here as Thunder run down the two supports. Fly goes down. Crit as well looking to be in a fair bit of trouble as Thunder now immediately take out the two supports. The cores of EG nowhere to be seen. They'll back out. They'll completely get themselves out of this fight. They don't want to have any part of this.
Fully ditch the supports, right? Like the globals popped and all three cores just go nowhere near to help them. So
top tower is under attack.
We'll get some push going in the top lane though. Abed, he kind of stuck around there. Does have the double forge there to hit the tower a little. We'll get answered. And yeah, in typical Thunder Awakens faction, they're gonna look for those fights. You know, that's this team in a nutshell. Constant aggression. And now they also do have Sacred with his own Wraith Pact, so damage mitigation versus damage mitigation. I would say overall though, EG, they have a little bit of an easier way to kill that Wraith Pact with that, you know, Invoker, SF, they can easily target it. On the side of Thunder Awaken, killing Wraith Pact fights is not gonna be the easiest thing.
For sure, sort of their only sort of fast hitter is the Bloodseeker, and
yeah, he doesn't want to waste time.
Indeed, he doesn't want to spend moments on hitting the Wraith Pact in the midst of a team fight.
They'll need the CM level 20
Matthew, get chased down here, Bloodthorn into place, see how much damage comes through as those hits come in. Same time, Sacred's in with the ult, over towards Arteezy. Arteezy pops the BKB.
Sacred.
That's the B into Sacred as Sacred has to roll away. Will manage to survive.
That was kind of their big go right now. Ravage still available for EG. Thunder has to be careful. Yeah, they're just having a lot of difficulty with this SF, and he's soon approaching that Satanic too, so.
He's going to be huge. If they don't burst through Arteezy, he's going to be back up to full HP.
They got to try to isolate him somehow or just get the grab on him first.
Let's have a look at.
They're going again. I mean, this is in typical Thunder fashion. They do have the Zeus ult at the ready. Pango ult in about 30.
And they do now. The global silence also back up, so EG ready with their ultimates to respond. So it has to be a very, very clean jump from Thunder Awaken and a quick one as well.
They're still being cautious. 45 seconds on RTZ's BKB, so he's pretty much just sitting in the base. If he gets caught, if he gets caught from the tiny, he's kind of just dead.
Score kay 18-15 smoke na ang Thunder. Nipagam.
Nice attempted smoke there from
Hanap ng
Thunder.
gap.
EG. Very well aware.
EG know exactly what's up. Incredibly hard for Thunder to sort of find a way to get in on top of this lineup when EG is grouped up as much as they are.
Still keeping that gold lead though. The golden experience lead they've constantly had it this game. But the net, you know, that win probability is just that even. We've seen it throughout the whole game. The battles back and forth. Some good aggressive vision though. Thunder, when they did go for that swoop, did put down some wards. EG probably well aware of that area, so they're not going to go near their triangle for the moment.
Imagine EG don't feel any reason to try and force anything until the Satanic is done with how close it is here for RTZ.
This is a cool next item queued up there from Kaz. You really understand why, of course. Just the blink, no swift blink. He just wants to jump onto RTZ and kill him, right? That's going to be the name of the game for him. Well, let's see if he does have that damage. As we keep saying, you know, the war cry, it's nothing to ever laugh about.
Sure.
And it gets stronger if the Sacred gets levels. Let's see.
See how much they want to try and commit in onto this, as the rest of Thunder Awaken pretty far back away from this lead in from Sacred. And he'll opt for the TP out.
Okay.
They weren't looking to do anything too crazy here this time, Thunder.
I believe they also did see that Shadow Fiend Satanic now too. Roche is back up. It's a shard available. Would be a nice free one there for RTZ.
We'll spot this out. Nimbus now are trying to head over towards the pit.
There's no rolling thunder, there's no Zeusel.
It's going to be very hard to contest this. Will Thunder still try and give it a shot as Roshan is very low, but they'll put the global EG, make sure they keep the area covered, and indeed without their own ults, Thunder Awaken not able to contest this.
EG playing very smart with how they just pick and choose their battles here. Even though that gold lead, as we said, for Thunder's been there, EG continues to get this Roshan advantage from their incredible Roshan lineup, of course. But
See, actually, Picard's as well changing it up, looking
switch
to
it.
amp up the damage, go for the Silver Edge.
okay, cool.
Look at the toss back here onto Nightfall in the mid. Will force him to use the Ravage, catches onto the fort, but of course he's far away from the rest of EG. Picard charges it, they'll be able to take Nightfall down. Now they look over towards RTZ, of course RTZ with the Aegis and the BKB will stand his ground here, punch back at the Picard. Picard has to keep his distance, he's pretty much one hit away from dying. Arbet tries to catch with the Tornado, but the BKB is still on in time to keep Picard safe. Underneath the tower, Sacred charges forward with the Rolling Thunder. They've taken out Crit as well. Jump forward from Matthew Thunder, they're ready to look for more. They've got the Frostbite to fly. Requiem from RTZ trying to keep the space here to keep the rest of EG safe, but Thunder, they still continue to poke here underneath the tier 2 tower. Frostbite from Panda, another jump from Sacred in with a shield crash. Matthew looking for the wrap round on towards RTZ. RTZ turns towards Sacred. Sacred, he's still alive. He finally died. The last hit there from RTZ takes him out for Picard. He's going to go back in. He believes in the bash, gets to the BG. Bash and Pistol Blade active as well to hold back RTZ, but now the buybacks are coming out. Crits in. Back into the fight, wants to make sure that Thunder Awaken don't poke for anything more. Thunder Awaken, they'll back off. Thunder certainly shook EG up quite a bit there underneath that tier 2 Fox.
I mean, Matthew, right? These tossbacks just kind of putting EG in a position where they're like, wait, what's happening? Why are these fights going on? The poke and prod from Thunder. Beautifully done.
I mean, it really is with this team. You know, just when you think they've had enough from the fight, they go for that extra bit more.
Yeah, I mean, Matthew is really quite dangerous. We've seen why this Tiny is so prominent, especially in the SA region. Even when this hero started to falter a lot, SA was still all over, and we always do see why. Yeah, just EG's like trying to position themselves to not get hit from this, but it's just beautiful from Thunder to just get this, literally just completely zone them on the outside and get that constant spam.
And it really was just sort of toss back after toss back from Matthew. Started with the play onto Nightfall, catches out Fly, and then here behind the tower, another toss back. Fly wants to get, Crit before Fly. And an incredible fight there from Thunder Awaken that EG definitely weren't expecting. They were not ready for Thunder to come at them that hard at this stage.
Yeah, and it's a huge gold injection too, right? Because he just had bought the Chrysalis, now he has a 3,500 gold, so can choose to what he goes for here.
And just sort of the heads-up realization that they could go for that move. You know, something that you won't see a lot of teams go into in these sort of fights underneath a tier 2 against a squad that's just picked up an Aegis.
Thunder always will. They'll always go for those fights. If they see an opportunity for these type of plays, absolutely. E-Blade done for the Zeus. Even more damage, ways to protect himself as well. And now let's look at for these items, of course, since we are now 37 minutes. We always talk about this. Tier 4 items versus the silencer. Of course, a lot of them are going to be there for the dispel.
He might look to start something off, but he's in on a crit straight with the Abyssal Blade, eliminates the silencer. Rupture as well to Abed. He has got the BKB, but not a lot else to help him. Bash is there from Picard, it's a double, and they're not done yet. They're ready to look for more Fly, trying to set up the fight in return with Nightfall. They've got RTZ coming up, looking towards Matthew, but Matthew's able to charge away. Picard pops the man to get back up the high ground. EG, they've got to be careful. RTZ's already used the BKB. It's coming to an end. Sacred rolls forward, blink forward, over towards Fly and Nightfall. Picard's focusing down the time, just beating through, takes out Fly as well. It's 4 dead on EG. RTZ lucky to get away there. Able to TP away in the last moment. But 4 dead on EG yet again, 2 times now during this Aegis that RTZ has, where EG as a squad, they're not prepared for these fights that Thunder's bringing against them.
These guys are just way too damn good at team fighting, really. They're just dancing around EG. And the way they just get the initiation too, it's Pakaz who starts the fight, right? The Bloodseeker running in with the Zeus ult, takes out the support quick, gets Abed right after.
RTZ?
Uh-oh, he shows himself.
This is a risky bit of a move here from him under his own tier 2 for sure, but we saw what happened around the tier 2 mid last time.
Here comes
This
Pakaz.
is not a place that Thunder are scared to go. As RTZ, that's going to be the Aegis gone, surely. He'll put the Satanic, but immediately thrown up in the air with the Yules. That's the Aegis gone.
He's got back up now, though, so Thunder. So back up for a second. I will wait to see how far they back up, though, because knowing Thunder, they could just jump back in, but no, they'll wait. Oh, and a big pickup.
Time this relic.
Oh,
and a lovely one as well. That's half for the aura on the team as well. Telescope as well, found by Sacred.
Thunder is getting blessed with some of these items. They've got the items to remove the globals. They've got Blast Rig to protect Sacred. And now that Timeless. And yeah, we see there Pakaz.
I mean, he was sort of just in the neighborhood, sort of sees them, crit, standing around, and he's like, well, why not? We'll start a team fight off here.
These fights are getting really awkward, though. You were seeing a few times now, Nightfall is jumping in with, like, the supports, but he's like, wait, where's our backup of damage? We don't have our SF. Our Invoker had died, and we just blew everything. So Mago is able to reset, and then Thunder's able to take these fights. So,
yeah, even if they're alive, sort of outside of RTZ, I mean, RTZ's the damage at this stage. Outside of that, nothing too crazy that's going to burst through Thunder. They need RTZ in position, deleting these targets, something that he can do as an SF. But as we've seen Thunder just poking and prodding, jumping in and out of the fights, making it very hard for them to finish the kills. I mean, countless times we've seen like Picard running in, running out on minimal HP, and making the perfect call of when to head back in, despite how low he may get.
It really feels like he needs a Blink Dagger to be able to have that follow-up for the Ravage, and he is, that is going to be the natural build-up for the SF when he's getting that 25-2. And SF, level 24, just about to hit 25. We did see Pakaz hit 25 in last fight with 2 ruptures.
Oh! Sacred! He's into the trees with the swashbuckle. The bash is there, and RTZ's TP is going to be put to an end. He's being ruptured. Is there anything they can do to save him? He'll put the Requiem, but Sacred back across again with the Rolling Thunder. The rest of the backup of EG is hit because RTZ is so incredibly low. Jump forward, Global Silence there to return. RTZ turns, takes out Matthew. They'll look towards Sacred. Sacred's out with the swashbuckle. There'll be a buyback straight away from Matthew. As Thunder, they want to continue to pressure EG here. You see how scared EG is, having to run right away from Thunder.
Oh, I cannot believe he gets out there, though. Great global from Crit to kind of cover the bases.
And that certainly could have gone a whole lot worse there for EG. Definitely was a scary moment there for RTZ, though, when he gets clipped in the tree line by that swashbuckle bash.
And BKB is still going to be on cooldown for him for 50 seconds. EG is smoked, but Thunder could look for him as well without that BKB.
Matthew.
Insane.
See in the river.
Patay, dakpan!
Sacred, they're trying to burst through him. Abed has got the Ravage as well. They're locking down Pakaz. To finish him off. It's so the back to the BKB. Pakaz, he's out of there. He'll start to heal up on the creeps. You know this man, he's going to be ready to go back in. He's looking over towards Abed. Abed caught by the silent swatch. They take out Abed. They take out Fly. Maybe they can find more here in the trees. Nightfall trying to hide Pakaz. He's about to
Dakpan ang Bloodseeker! Nalablaban, patay gapon!
They're ready to keep going once again here. Thunder Awaken as RTZ crit the
Ito,
last
may na,
two.
banggaan. Patay na,
RTZ is down. Crit as well. It's a team wipe. They just can't deal with them, folks. They cannot deal with them. Thunder. The calls, the shot calling, the team fights they choose to take, it couldn't be done any better.
Oh, and they are just way too damn good at taking these fights, just dancing around over and over again, too. We see the Ravages are coming out, but where's the RTZ damage? Abed had it there. He had the Chaos Meteor with the 20 talent. He had the Sunstrike, but Pakaz, I think he lives, with 90 HP, 60 HP something. Heals up, gets the full turnaround.
Yeah, I mean, this Bloodseeker pick, it's been played to perfection here from Pakaz.
I mean, the whole team has made it look so good too, right? Matthew, by the way, Matthew is 0-8 this game, but the tiny performance so far,
the impact that he's had, absolutely, yeah, the KDA does not show how much he's been doing here for the squad.
And, I mean, they're going all in here.
I mean, there's no buyback on RTZ. 50 seconds without the Shadow Fiend. He's 900 gold short of it. Thunder, they will back off, though. Respect the rest of the respawns coming in from EG. I know they don't need to force it too much. They're 20,000 gold lead. They've been able to clean up the mid set of racks. And they know as long as they can keep playing at the level they've been bringing for the last 20 minutes or so, I mean, these team fights aren't getting any easier for EG.
I mean, look at him. Look at Pakaz. They throw everything. Oh, 60 HP. Gets the Manta and runs away. Also, his team, of course, super good on how they bail him out. They all run and lotus him immediately, but damn, Pakaz, time and time again, getting out with the skin of his teeth.
Playing perfectly with the heal up there. You know, fortunately, that juicy little creep wave there in the mid, allowing him to heal back up to a point that enabled him to get back into the fight, back into the action.
Now Sacred, a total menace this game as well, 8-2 and 14. Oh, he's starting these fights.
What are they going to do about this one? Nightfall, caught by the rupture. I mean, it's got to be terrifying for EG. As soon as, if you just see one member of Thunder Awaken jump at you, you've got to be in full defensive mode. Like, you've got to be terrified when you see one of these guys coming at you.
Absolutely. I mean, you're really just seeing so many problems, it feels like, for EG now. Like, lacking of damage, lacking of ways to reset and protect the SF. Thunder, they've kind of broken EG at this point. In all these last, I mean, how many fights in a row has it been that they've won? It feels like they've won like 5 or 6 in a row here for Thunder.
See what EG can find here. They need to make this fight work.
No rolling thunder, 20 seconds. Maybe trying to find something with that. Look at Mago's positioning here. He's going to TP to join his team.
If this doesn't work out, this move from EG, they are going to be in a very painful spot.
Look at Panda.
They're not already hit.
Panda's just waiting in the Roche pit too. Does have buyback, so he is in a good position to try to break that smoke for his team.
Thunder at the high ground.
They see everyone. Sacred.
EG, what's the plan now?
See Abed now too.
They know that they see them.
It's constant poke.
Into the side as well. Nightfall, fly. They'll look towards Panda. They'll try and go for the easier of the kills. Panda will get burst through. Sacred jumps forward with the roll up. He's in on top of RTZ. They've been able to burst Nightfall pretty low here. Again, Sacred with the rolling thunder passes by once more. Arc lightning from Dark Margo. Finishes the kill. There'll be a buyback from Nightfall. Fly's going to get taken out though. He's also got the buyback available. Commits it immediately. RTZ, he needs help and he needs it now. Pops the BKB, trying to get the off. The pistol blade act is still there from Picard.
Oh.
The ravage from Nightfall. That's going to send the wreck grip. Nightfall, he might just have been able to turn this fight around. No, it doesn't matter. Matthew still ready to jump back in with the blink. 3 dead on EG. Neither of them with buyback available.
They're not letting RTZ get any attacks off. Either he's getting bashed from Pango swashbuckles, he's getting avalanche constantly, he's getting ruptured and put into a different position. I mean, this is just absolutely perfect plays really coming out from Thunder. These team fights, time and time again, they're barely losing anything.
Their chance for a Roshan now. And deservedly so here, 28k gold. We saw the last few times EG struggle to make much happen at all with the Aegis. Now that Thunder are the ones to have it here on Pakaz.
You can't kill Pakaz once. How are you going to kill him twice? He's also got 6,000 gold to boot. Has the buyback available. I think all the cores now have okay, never mind. Mago did spend his gold.
And again, they don't have the buybacks yet. RTZ's been going full in on the purchases, so 2,000 gold pretty much short of a buyback.
They might just be able to end it.
I think they probably will do here. Thunder onto the tier 4s. See the jump forward from Matthew. Does get caught out by the immediate Hex Sunstrike. Bursting pretty low, but the space is just being made here for Thunder to take down the tier 4s, get on towards the Ancient. EG, is there anything they can do here with the 3 of them to push them back? I don't think so. GG is called. Thunder Awaken.
Wow.
Turn up in game 1 of this best of 3 and take EG down.
And they break that Shadow Fiend there. That 100%, it's gone now. They've defeated